Are you familiar with the phrase academic dishonesty?
Yes, I am.
In both of those CVs, you indicate that you have not yet earned a bachelor's degree.
That is correct. With the caveat that my understanding is people look at your post, not specifically the profile information.
Wait, whoa. That's your excuse? People just look at my photo and they see that's a beautiful man. I want to hire a beautiful man like Shanon Burgess.
To any member of the public reading this, including prosecutor, a defense attorney, a judge, or a jury, that represents that you received your Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, does it not?
Wait, why? Why is that sustained? That was a valid question. That is a direct question. You lied, sir. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Buckle Up. It's the Law with Attorney Larry Foreman. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel. Folks, today we have a amazing video that you guys have been sending me by the dozens. Everyone is like, Larry, you have to do this. Larry, you have to do this. Larry, and I agree. Based on everything I saw, based on everything I've heard, based on everything I've read, I have not watched the testimony yet, so you get to see my natural, genuine, authentic reaction to what happened. Now, obviously, I know the bits and pieces. I'm not totally stupid. I'm not trying to like, la 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 la. I have no idea what's going on. I got the gist of it. This is fire. I mean, this guy... This is not incompetence. This is straight up deception, lies, and he gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar on paper with no escape. We're going to give you just the absolute tachlis, as I like to say. It's a Yiddish word. It basically means we're cutting off all the fat. We're giving you just the raw stuff directly delivered to you so that you can enjoy the content without having to sit there and wait through pauses and all that stuff. So without further ado, I bring you Commonwealth versus Karen Reed, Massachusetts, May 19th, 2025. This, of course, is premiering the next day, May 20th, 2025. Shanon Burgess. Cross-examination by Robert Alessi. Let's go.
Presenting you with what is Exhibit TT for identification. Do you recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
And what is that document?
So this document appears to be my CV.
May I approach further?
Yes.
Thank you. And is that CV a document that you have prepared?
Yes, so that is a document that either I have prepared or the company Apture has prepared.
And is that a fair and accurate document?
It appears to be.
Your Honor, I offer that into evidence.
Any objection, Mr. Brennan?
No, thank you.
And if you could just, if Your Honor, if I have the witness hold it, I have some
Hold on,
questions.
let's let it mark first.
Sure.
Yep. Mr. Burgess, you have in front of you your CV that we just spoke about, and I'd ask you please to draw your attention to the education section where underneath in red it says BGS, and then, do I read it correctly? It says Bachelor of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, University of Alabama Birmingham, Alabama currently pursuing. Did I read that correctly?
You did read that correctly.
Thank you, sir. May I approach Your Honor?
Wait. Hold on. Oh, right out of the gate. I mean, you can put that on the resume, currently pursuing. I don't think that's the correct language, to be honest with you. I think there's a better language that you can put on a resume, like, it's like BS candidate, you know, Bachelor of Science candidate 2026. That's how you usually write it. But if he doesn't have a graduation date, if he's just like spreading it across the next decade, because he's doing like one class a semester, which is possible. You know, some people have different plans in their life, especially if he's a full-time employee. But this happened in 2022, so he may not even have started the education then. Or maybe he did. I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. You see how many questions pop up when it says currently pursuing? 2 words change the context of the entire thing in the resume. Currently pursuing.
Like this.
Let's see.
Mark is the next for identification only at this point. Oh, excuse me, can I have that back on? Show Mr. Burgess. Mr. Burgess, it's been marked, the document is Exhibit UU for identification. Could you please tell me if you recognize that?
Yes, I do recognize that.
And sir, please describe briefly what that is.
Sure. So it is a CV as well.
Thank you. I would offer it into evidence at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Brennan, any objection?
No, thank you.
Okay. Exhibit 184.
I present it back to the witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Burgess, once you've had a fair opportunity to look at that, I have a question, and that question is simple. Is that your April 2025 CV?
Last month.
Let me see.
Oh, he's nervous.
Yes, it appears to be.
Thank you. And when you've had a fair opportunity to look at it, when you can just pick your head up, sir, to let me know you're ready. I don't want to rush you, but then I have some questions.
Absolutely.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
So, in those 2 exhibits, your 2 CVs in front of you, am I correct that the first one is November 2024 and the second one is April 2025?
Let me see. Yes, that appears to be correct.
In both of those CVs, you indicate that you have not yet earned a bachelor's degree.
That is correct.
And you certainly have not earned a Bachelor of Science degree in any educational field according to those 2 CVs, right?
Correct.
Wait. So he's a high school graduate? And again, nothing against high school graduates, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of very, very, very smart and talented people who hold nothing more than a high school degree. They may even hold an elementary school degree. They never even went to high school. I've met them, and they're brilliant folks. But this guy is presenting himself out as an expert in a field of science and or mathematics, and this is the guy that rewrote his report. Oh my God, it makes so much sense now. It just clicked. He is the one who decided to rewrite his entire report because he doesn't know what he's doing. He changed the timeline. He changed everything. Oh my God, this is the guy they were arguing about. This is the guy that Bev didn't want to voir dire. Oh, she should have voir dired him. She would have given a gift to the government. Karma, baby. That's karma. Wow. Okay, let's keep going.
And in fact, as you sit here today,
So exciting.
you do not possess any bachelor's degree.
Correct.
And the reason, as you state, is because that bachelor's degree is currently pending. That's the term you use.
So I use currently pursuing.
Currently
Pursuing means you're taking classes actively.
pursuing, yes. So you have a public profile
No
that's
way.
published on
No way.
Aperture's website, correct?
No way.
Yes, I do.
And it's in the form of a biography page.
No way.
Yes, I believe so.
And that biography page has your education listed.
Very possible, yes.
May I hand it to the witness?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Burgess, given you Exhibit DV for identification.
Okay.
You recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
And indeed, that is the bio page that's published on Aperture's website, correct?
That is what it appears to be, yes.
Now, I would like you, sir, to turn to page 2 of that document.
Okay.
And I'd like to turn your focus to the bottom of education head. It states, am I correct, sir, BS, Mathematics, and Business Administration. Is that correct?
It does state that, yes.
And there is no qualification that's currently pending. It states BS in Mathematics and Business Administration, correct?
That's what it states there, yes.
And you do not have a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, do you?
No, I do not.
My God.
And if you click on the hyperlink for your CV on that same website, do you know where that hyperlink takes you?
No, I do not.
To any member of the public reading this, including prosecutor, a defense attorney, a judge, or a jury, that represents that you received your Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, does it not?
Objection. Wait, why? Why?
You
Wait,
continue-
why? Why is that sustained? That was a valid question. That is a direct question. You lied, sir. Why?
On to your photograph. Are you familiar with Aperture's website that speaks about you and presents you generally?
Vaguely, yes.
Vaguely.
Are you aware that Aperture has two hyperlinks, one that says CV and one says LinkedIn? Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am now.
And LinkedIn is a professional network.
Wait, I am now. So, okay. So his defense, Burgess's defense. Look how red he's getting. Oh my God. He's getting so red. Well, of course, he's caught red-handed. Is that what they call it that? Should be red-faced. Whatever. Anyway, this guy, he may be able to get away with, okay, Aperture's website posts that I am not responsible for the Aperture's website, even though he's 100% responsible for it. But he's got plausible deniability. Not for LinkedIn, though.
Platform designed for career and business professionals to connect, share content, find jobs, etc. Is that a fair description of LinkedIn?
Yes, it is.
And could we also conclude that it's a professional networking platform, especially for private sector firms like Aperture, that's used to attract clients or potential clients?
Yes, correct.
And potential
Oh,
clients.
so that's deceptive practices. That's deceptive practices. The Commonwealth fell hook, line, and sinker. That this guy's uneducated, and they thought he was.
Include,
No way.
for example, the Commonwealth of the state of Massachusetts, correct?
Correct.
And indeed, the Commonwealth is no longer, if you will, an attracted client, but it's an actual client of Aperture and you, correct?
Correct.
And that's the status of the relationship here. Aperture is a client of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in this case, right?
Correct.
So is it fair to say that your CV, especially when it's published on a LinkedIn or published on a website, is something that is published to intend to have, especially if you're in the private sector, have clients view and retain your services? That's a hope and an expectation, correct?
Yes, that is part of it.
Now, when you look at that document, when you click on, if you were to be in your office, and let's see if you're familiar with this, you click on your LinkedIn on Aperture's page, that would ordinarily take you directly to your professional LinkedIn account, correct? Isn't that what the links are there for?
Yes, I would expect so.
Are you notified when someone electronically accesses your LinkedIn account?
Not accesses, no. Are you referring to viewing?
Yes, that's
Yes,
a better
sorry,
verb,
yeah.
viewing. Yes.
Yes.
So you're notified. Were you notified within the last 72 hours that someone from the defense accessed your publicly available or viewed your publicly available LinkedIn account?
No, I was not aware.
Are you aware that within the last 72 hours that hyperlink on Aperture's official website was disabled?
No, I was not aware.
Are you aware that now if you try to go on that link that you can't, that it's disabled?
Oh.
No, I'm not aware of that.
Oh my
Do you
God.
know whether anyone from Aperture directed someone within Aperture to disable your LinkedIn account within the last 72 hours?
No, I'm not.
Have you spoken to anybody at Aperture about your LinkedIn account?
No, I have not.
Mr. Burgess, I presented to you what is marked as Exhibit WW for identification. I'd ask that you take a look at it, take a fair amount of time, and then if you could, sir, pick your head up so I could see that you're ready.
Sure.
Do you recognize that document, sir?
Yes, it appears to be a screenshot of my LinkedIn account.
Burgess, I am.
Oh, he's just a tomato.
Exhibit WW for identification. Is that a fair and accurate representation of your personal LinkedIn page? If you could take a moment to take a look at it.
Sure.
Mr. Leslie, we actually step back so all the jurors can see the
Yes,
pictures.
Your Honor, thank you.
And by the way, Alessi is also violating rule number 1, never turn your back on your audience. But I can't imagine how hyped he is right now because he just wants to eat this witness alive and he is succeeding. Compare that to when Brennan tried to eat Dr. Wolf, the ARCO witness. on the stand? Remember how miserably he failed? Just kept raising his voice. The jury obviously was out of the room. It was voir dire. It was voir dire of the witness. So it's a little bit different. But still, Brennan tried so hard to nail Wolf on something, and he just couldn't. Alessi's not even trying. This guy gave it to him on a silver platter, disabled his LinkedIn account, disabled the fact that they already had everything printed. You always print. Once the culpable website is there, it's already printed. You can't change facts. Any lawyer worth their salt preserves evidence before it is changed. And Alessi did that. Oh my God, Bev looks so angry, so unhappy. She's like, my friend, the prosecutor's case is being derailed and do not like this. Is there anything I can do? Nope. I have to sit there and watch. You can tell Bev's face has contempt written all over it. She's not a fair woman. She is not a fair judge. That's why I don't even call her a judge anymore. I made videos, by the way, about the ARCA witnesses, Dr. Wolf, and of course, the corruption of Auntie Bev. I think I called it like the fall of Judge Beverly Cannoni or something like that. If you haven't seen that video, it's actually really good. I know, I made it. Yes, Larry, good for you. Pat yourself on the back. No, I'm serious. It's a really fun video. You learn a lot about her history and who she is and who she was. And this is not like her. She's behaving out of character in this trial. The corruption is all but clear. She has a personal vested interest in the outcome of this case, and it is clear. So anyway, don't forget to like this video, comment below. Let me know what you think about this testimony. It is fire, folks. It is absolute fire.
Yes, it does, with a error on page 2 regarding education.
An
Right,
error.
We're going to get to that.
Sure.
But this is you recognize this as a fair and accurate depiction of your personal LinkedIn page, with the exception of what you just mentioned, correct?
Correct.
Did you draft that document that's represented as Exhibit WW?
I have drafted that over time, yes.
And
Okay.
when was the last time you viewed that document on your LinkedIn page?
I don't typically view the profile page, so it would have been, I could not tell you how long it's been.
Do you have any reason to believe that that Exhibit WW is not on your LinkedIn page online as we sit here today?
No, I don't.
I would like to turn your...
Wow. So this guy deceived Brennan and Lally and Morrissey about his education. He said, I hold these degrees. But on his real CV, he is currently pursuing, I don't hold these degrees. That's a lie. That's deception. Caught. Caught.
Attention to your the printout of your personal LinkedIn page, and go right to the second page, bottom, and under education it says University of Alabama at Birmingham. It's got a little UAB acronym there, and it says Bachelor of Science, B period S period comma, Applied Mathematics and Scientific Computation, 2016-2018. Do you see that, sir?
Yes, I do.
That's not correct, is it?
No, it's not.
What?
And you do not hold a BS in a Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics and Scientific Computation from the University of Alabama at Birmingham, do you?
I do not. And that would have been, at that time, an expected graduation date?
Oh, so you shoulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda graduated 2016 to 2018, but you never finished. So you decided, you know what? I'm just going to lie to everybody and get away with it because no one's ever going to catch this. What a dum-dum, bro.
It would be expected, you state.
Correct.
It would be another word for, another word currently pursuing? Is that similar to expecting?
Sure, that could be similar.
But you know how to put currently pursuing down, don't you, sir? Because you did it on the first few CVs, but you don't have it on your LinkedIn page. Am I correct?
Correct. That's probably because obviously that has not been updated in quite some time.
And you said you get notifications when people
And
access.
it is your responsibility as the holder of the CV, the LinkedIn page, to make sure it is current and not outdated. If you are going to put out there that I am expected to graduate 2016 to 2018 and it is now 2025 and you haven't updated that, that's on you. Because you bear the sole responsibility of making sure that your information is current. It's like when you move addresses. Same thing. You have to notify the Department of Transportation, hey, I moved. If you need to notify me about anything, government, this is my new address. Every state has a penalty, 10, 15, sometimes 20 days to update the address, and then you're good. Now, a lot of people forget it, and it's fine. You know, I may have reminded like 7 of you to go, oh, crap, I need to go to the DMV. I just moved, you know. And I've seen people move like 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It's not a big deal. You know, if you didn't update your address, don't worry about it. But if you don't want to get a ticket for it, you know, make sure it's current. Otherwise, you're going to have to lie to the officer and be like, yes, that is my current address. They can't prove anything. But what are they going to do? Just tell them, like, yeah, sure, that's where I reside, whatever. That will avoid an extra charge. They can't prove that you don't live there. That's so dumb. But anyway, yeah, this is your responsibility, Burgess. Your failure to update. You have deceived the Commonwealth. You lied to Brennan about your credentials, man. It does not get lower than this. I mean, lying on a report, everybody does it. Making facts up on the report, everybody does it. Embellishing facts in your report, everybody does it. Changing the facts in your report, some people do it. But to lie about your foundation... So, I was an adjunct professor at the University of Alabama from 2017 to 2019. Mr. Burgess, you never taught as an adjunct professor at the University of Alabama 2017 to 2019, have you? Nope. Just made it up, put it on there, thought it looked good. Meh. Is this guy for real? Is this the real life? Wow.
It's your LinkedIn page, correct?
I get selective notifications when people view my LinkedIn page.
So you know people
Selective.
are looking at your LinkedIn page. You know people are looking at your education. And you have down here 2016 to 2018. So that time period is 7 years old
7
from 2018.
years.
Yet you use the 2016 to 2018 on your LinkedIn page.
Oh my God, this guy.
Correct?
Correct. With the caveat that my understanding is people look at your post, not specifically the profile information.
Wait, whoa. That's your excuse? People just look at my photo and they see that's a beautiful man. I want to hire a beautiful man like Shanon Burgess. Nobody looks at the education portion of it or the jobs that you've done in the past or the places you've worked. Nah, that's all not important. The important thing is my name and my phone number and my email. That's all they need to know. The jury is probably looking at him right now and they are hating him. They hate him because he is supposed to be an expert and he's starting off with a lie. And don't forget, he has already submitted an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours, I think, worth of direct examination with Brennan. This is the cross. So basically, this is what Alessi is doing. Ladies and gentlemen, the last hour and a half of your life, which you will never get back, has been a lie. This man is a deceiver, and I have proof of it, and he's admitting to it. That's it. Hook, line, sinker. The jury hates this guy. He wasted their time. There is nothing more catastrophic for a lawyer, a judge, or a witness in a jury trial. Remember this. I'm speaking from experience. Than wasting the jurors' times. I'll give you one quick anecdote. I was trying a case in Rockcastle County last year. I want to say it was February or April. It was cold outside. I remember that. And I was trying a case to a jury. It was not a complicated case, but it took about a full day. We were there until 5 o'clock at least, from about 8 until 5. And I remember at the end, I talked to the jury and I said, so they acquitted. We won. And I asked, so what did you guys think? Blah, blah, blah. And they said, Larry, you talk too much. And I said, well, don't rub it in. I know. I was trying to portray. I was trying to sell them in closing and opening. They told me, it was like, Larry, you already won in opening. Like, you had us. We believed you. And then my closing was very long and I kept droning on. And they looked bored, but I you can never assume. You don't know what people are thinking. And I had to do my job. I had to make sure that all the facts get in there. But anyway, the long and short of it is, they just said, just keep it shorter next time. And I listened to them. In my next trial, I kept it even shorter, and we won that one as well. And that jury did not complain about the length. So wasting a jury's time, even though they acquitted, they were still mad that I kept droning on for so much, you know, defending my client, like in closing. And I think there was one more spot where I could have cut it short with like one of the witnesses, they said. But I don't know this as I'm doing the trial itself. Burgess and Brennan did not know that, or maybe they did, who knows? It's maybe already too late to pull him out because he's so invested. He needs Burgess. Brennan desperately needs Burgess to change the entire spectrum of the facts of the case. But it's eviscerated. He is a liar. He's a deceiver. He is putting something out to the world about his education that doesn't exist yet. He has been pursuing a degree for like a decade and he still hasn't gotten it. So he's either gave up on it or he's taking like a class a semester, like I said, or a class a year just to, you know, slow play it and slow roll it. And he wasted the jury's time. That's the most important piece. They sat there for an hour and a half and they listened to him and they trusted him. And now that trust is eroded. And there's nothing worse for a witness than for a person to trust. I mean, think to your own relationships and your own friendships where you got betrayed by somebody and now you can't trust this person anymore. It hurts, right? It hurts. Now, luckily, they're not so attached to Burgess, the jury, because they've only listened to him for an hour and a half. It's not like they've listened to him for a year and a half. That would have been much more painful to know that you've been deceived for so long. But still, this is the government's case. They're trying to convict an innocent woman, or in the juror's eyes, they're trying to convict a woman who allegedly killed, you know, John O'Keefe, her boyfriend. And you're putting on a witness that openly admits, yes, I lied. Yeah, I lied here, and yes, I lied here. Well, nobody accesses that stuff. And those excuses are just like the twisting of the knife that is already in his torso, not in his back. The jury is totally Julius Caesaring him right now with their eyeballs. They are murdering him because they're so angry that he lied to them. Trust me, I've seen it. I can imagine it. I know it's happening just by looking at he can't even look at the jury. He's staring straight ahead. He is mortified that he's been caught, and it's coming out. He has no choice. He has to deal with it. He did it. He did it.
So you believe you know apparently when people are looking at it and what they look at?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying generally.
Generally.
Correct.
But you don't know who's looking at the education section on your LinkedIn page and relying upon what is represented here, that you have a Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics and Scientific Computation from the University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Not from the LinkedIn page. Yeah, just independently of the LinkedIn page, yes.
No,
And as you
I swear, he sounds like Lynette Preston, for those of you What the Hell's followers. He literally just said, my mother is not dead. But my mother is dead. It's just like Lynette. My mother didn't die. It's not on the LinkedIn page. Well, it is on the LinkedIn page, but
sit here today, that page is still
cooked.
live on
He's
your
cooked.
LinkedIn, correct?
Correct.
So a key aspect of your credentials, whether or not you have obtained a Bachelor of Science, is incorrect in more than one document that I've presented here today, correct?
No, I would not agree with that.
Well, it's incorrect in this one, correct?
Correct.
And the one previously to that, there's two documents that have you listed. This LinkedIn, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
get him, Alessi.
So there's two documents, is there not, sir? And Exhibit 185 that's in evidence, if you can turn to the second page. So if you...
It would have been better for Burgess at this point to say, yes, it's on two documents. Just let it go, man. Fighting it will only make it more painful.
At each of those...
I swear, by the time this guy is done with testimony, he's going to need a lawyer. And by the way, if you need a lawyer, call us. 1-844-774-HURT, 1-844-774-HURT. Trial lawyers are standing by to get you the most money that we can under the law. Because trial lawyers get you more money. Why? Because insurance companies hate and despise and are scared of trial lawyers. So if you've been injured in the last year, give us a call. We may be able to get you some compensation from either the government or the insurance company. 1-844-774-HURT. Back to the video.
State that you have a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Business Administration. So there are two documents about your credentials that are inaccurate, correct?
Yes, that have
There you
errors,
go.
Yes, that is correct.
May I have the
Sure.
You should have just admitted it, buddy.
For identification only at this point. Handing the witness Exhibit XX for identification. You recognize that document, sir?
So it appears to be a CV, yes.
You say it appears to be a CV. Can you describe that any further?
Yes, so it's a copy of my CV.
Is that a CV
There you go.
prepared, sir?
It would have been prepared by myself or Aperture, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the end.
Sorry, it would have been prepared by myself or Aperture, yes.
Yourself or Aperture?
Correct.
But you had, at a minimum, a role in preparing that, did you not?
More than likely, yes.
Yeah, and you would have reviewed that, because it's about you, before it would have been used by Aperture, correct?
More than likely, yes.
You wouldn't let somebody put a CV up and out to the public without you reviewing it, would you, sir?
So there are other staff members that do review and
That's not the question he asked.
CVs.
But you're the only one who's going to know whether what's on it is accurate or not, correct?
Unless I explain that to them, yes.
So either way, either you prepared it yourself or you interacted with somebody and explained it and collaborated with them to make sure it was right to the best of your ability, correct?
Correct.
If you can look at the highlighted portion, sir, under education.
There's no highlight. Well, I understand
sorry.
what you're talking about. There's no highlighted portion.
I'm sorry, let's strike that. If you look under education, the first line, it says in the right underneath BGS. Do you see that, sir?
I do, yes.
And then to the right, it says Bachelor of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, University of Alabama - Birmingham, Alabama, 2022. Did I read that correct?
Yes,
Oh
you
my
did.
God, he did it
And
again?
up in the upper left-hand corner, there's a photograph.
Yes, there is.
Is that you, sir, in the photograph?
Yes, it is.
And in the spelling of your name, Shanon, that's with one N, correct?
Correct, yes.
And so that is not only you in the photograph, that's the spelling of your name with one N, correct?
Correct.
And that's the correct spelling of your first name with one N, correct?
Yes, it is.
So that's definitely you represented in this document, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Now let's look at the first line that relates to
Oh my
education.
God, this
It
guy.
states Bachelors of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration, correct?
That is what it states, yes.
And the date is 2022, correct?
No
Correct.
way.
So this document represents that you received your Bachelor's of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration in 2022, correct?
That is what it states, but there are a number of errors in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Right,
So
Sherlock.
let's go on.
Your
So
investigative abilities as to your own curriculum vitae are impeccable, sir. What do you want, a cookie?
this is the third example, am I correct, sir? Well, let me...
The
may I
jury
approach,
got
Your
it.
Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I offer Exhibit XX into evidence.
No objection.
Okay.
Sir, is Exhibit 187 a CV that is linked directly from Aperture's website?
I do not know. I would have to look and check that.
So as you sit here today, you are not able to state whether that CV is linked directly from Aperture's website?
Correct.
Here's the thing. He can try all he wants to like juggle his way or gymnastic his way out of this. The problem is the jury doesn't believe a single word that he is saying, and they're trusting Alessi now because Alessi is the bringer of truth. He has been the entire trial, and he's bringing them another truth. So they are very hungry for truth. They don't like deception, just like you don't like being lied to. The jury doesn't like being lied to. So the jury actually listening to all of this, I am convinced that even though he's going to say, well, I had no hand in it, it was staff member and Aperture, they're going to say, look, buddy, it's your CV, it's your responsibility. Therefore, you are responsible. It doesn't matter if you didn't directly say, like, hey, put the year 2022 on there. Like, obviously, that would be the most egregious, but anything short of that is egregious still. And the jury knows it.
So this is a third example of a document that incorrectly states that you have a Bachelor of Science when you do not possess that degree, correct?
It has errors or outdated information, correct?
Well, when you say outdated, how is it that you can call a date outdated
Yeah.
next to something that you don't possess?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand your question.
Yeah,
Well, you
because
just used the
you don't have a
phrase
degree.
Either incorrect or outdated. I'm trying to understand your statement that it's
Sure. So
outdated. Isn't it either you have a Bachelor of Science degree or you don't? Isn't
I have represented I do not have a bachelor's degree.
You know what I would respect? If this guy sat there and said, sir, and without all of this, like if he didn't have a degree, and unless he would have been like, well, you don't have a degree, sir. Be like, sir, I graduated from high school with or without honors, doesn't matter. I hold a high school degree. My level of expertise in this field surmounts those that have spent years studying this field. And here's why. I have been, blah, 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 experiments this. I've been doing this and that. You know how much respect I would have for this gentleman if that's what happened instead of this garbage? If he has just maintained, I don't need no fancy degree, sir, hanging on the back of my wall. I got me a high school education, and I know my stuff. Unless he would have been like, no further questions, Your Honor. Let's talk about something else. Like, that would exude confidence, and I would be fearful of this man, and I would listen and trust everything he has to say, because that man knows his stuff. But this guy is just like, well, I pretended to have a degree, and I lied to everybody about it, but I didn't know that I was lying, I think. I mean, it wasn't me. I didn't write it. Well, I wrote this one, but I didn't write that one, and I didn't write that one. And that year, that's outdated. It's not 2022. It's doesn't exist. Like, no, man. I have no respect for you. You're a liar, a deceiver, and the jury hates you.
right? But in here, it's represented that you do, correct?
Yes, it is
All
an
right.
error, yes.
So, let's look at what the name is that are on these documents. It says Bachelor of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration. Do you see that, sir?
I do.
Are you aware that there's no degree at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, called a Bachelor of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration?
Yes, I am. And that is one of the errors I identified. Just now.
So you would agree.
Wait a
that
minute.
there's-
So there's not even the degree that he's naming doesn't exist now? Oh my god, this is getting better and better.
Not even a degree called Bachelor of General Science in Mathematics and Business Administration offered at the University of Alabama, correct?
Correct. That should be Bachelor of General Studies with minor in Mathematics and Business Administration.
And what you just articulated, you do not possess as you sit here today, correct?
That is correct.
What you possess is an associate's degree, correct?
Correct.
And when did you obtain that associate's degree?
So that would have been 2015.
Are you familiar with the term mendacity?
I am not.
Are you familiar with a CV of 2015?
No, I'm not.
Do you recognize that document, sir?
No way.
No, I do not recognize this document.
Do you recall ever pursuing, may I stand here and ask some questions, Your Honor?
Okay?
Thank
Can
you.
he see the document as well, or do you have a copy for him?
He can see it as well, Your Honor.
Okay. I was just wondering the purpose.
Yep, sure.
And just step back,
Yes,
Mr. Leslie.
yep. Sir, do you recall when you started pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree of any kind?
Sure, I do. Around 2008.
So you started pursuing a Bachelor of Science for the first time in 2008, correct?
Correct.
If I did the math correctly, sir, you've been pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree for 17 years, correct?
That is correct.
And you have not obtained it as you sit here today.
That is correct.
And yet there are the various documents that we've seen that state that you have obtained the Bachelor of Science, correct?
Again, with errors or misinterpretation. Yes.
Errors or misinterpretation that are you stating, but you would agree those errors or misinterpretation have been in existence for some time, correct?
Yes, I'm being made aware of them now. Yes.
Yeah, and they haven't been corrected for some time, correct?
Correct.
You work for insurance companies, correct?
I do work for insurance companies in addition to law firms. Yes.
But you work for insurance companies, correct?
Yes, sometimes, yes.
Well, you state that right in your report in this case, don't you, sir? That you work for insurance companies?
Again, I do work for insurance companies, yes.
And what role do you play in working for insurance companies? You working for them, or are you working for the policyholders that have paid premiums or are making a claim to try to get money from an insurance company? Which role do you have?
Objection.
I'll allow that.
Yeah.
So I work for the insurance company themselves.
Oh, God, that is the final nail in the coffin. He just said, I work to screw every single one of you in the jury. I work for the insurance company, and I am here to make sure that claims don't get paid when I can. To make sure that when you need money from the insurance company that you've been paying for, that I find a way to deny your claim.
And in your work for the insurance company, has any of that work related to denying claims to insureds?
Objection.
Why don't I see you on this, Mr. Lassie?
Sure. Are you familiar with the phrase academic dishonesty?
Yes, I am.
By the way, mendacity means lying, untruthfulness, and or deception is the Webster's dictionary, I believe, of that word. Folks, I am a puddle of water right now. This is some of the best cross-examination I have ever seen in my entire life, let alone in this trial. And this guy's now supposed to rewrite the timeline? No one's gonna believe him. Nobody cares anymore. The defense is safe. Folks, we made it to another video. We're gonna continue this train going. Karen Reed is still moving underway very strongly. I think we're entering week 7. This is being recorded on Tuesday, May 20th and premiering on Tuesday, May 20th. So this is a very, very fresh video. As I am recording this, Karen Reed is about to get started for the day, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'm gonna try, I have a lot of videos that I have like prepared and have not recorded yet. So I'm probably, unless you guys insist, you know, I had a couple more Jennifer McCabe's, I have a couple more Buchanan. Obviously, we got to do Higgins. I don't want to go back too far because I have a lot of stuff and it's starting to get a little stale, I feel like. So let me know in the comments below what sort of video you think I should cover next. I know that by the time this video premieres, the trial for the day will have concluded or almost concluded. So let me know if there are any witnesses from today or maybe yesterday, May 19th, 2025. For those of you watching in the future, sorry you don't get this privilege. But those of you who are watching this as the trial is unfolding in 2025, by all means, let me know in the comments below which witness I should do next. Because there's some witnesses that I don't find that you're going to enjoy them, and I don't want to waste your time, much like the jury's time. You know, like Ashley Valier, she was so boring last year. I don't want to cover her. Nicholas Bradford, I think he's boring. I don't want to cover him. Carl Miyasako, I don't think he's interesting at all. Andre Porto, maybe. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do Andre Porto. I think that might be interesting. Dr. Squirtabello and Maureen Hartlett, MSP Crime Lab. I don't think she's a doctor. I definitely want to do her cross-examination. So Maureen Hartnett, I think I'm definitely going to do. Let me know in the comments below if you disagree. Squirtabello, I think I want to do a piece of her cross. And that's about it. Maybe O'Hara. I also have O'Hara as one of the stragglers from 2 weeks ago because his testimony is, I think, interesting. He's the CERT team guy. So basically, I'm almost caught up, and we may start doing one video a day unless we get some action, like serious action. And we'll continue cranking out 2 videos a day until then, plus a short. So 3 publications total every day. Once again, like I said, this is being recorded on May 20th, 2025. So we're definitely going to finish out this week. That's going to be the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th are going to have 2 videos every single day. And then maybe starting on the 26th, we'll start to kind of dial it back a little bit and start doing 1 witness a day. I think we're pretty much caught up by that point. And let me know in the comments below if you want something different. I also, don't forget, I have in the hopper ready to go Brian Albert and his testimony. I will have 8 videos that I will be publishing of Brian Albert coming up on my channel. And folks, I can't wait to see you next time. This has been incredible. Thank you for recommending me to do this video so that I don't miss the boat. This was amazing work by Alessi. Bye, everybody.